Here's the truth that nobody tells you about hitting 1,000 subscribers. It's not about the subscribers, it's about views. Let me explain because I know it sounds crazy. To hit 1,000 subscribers, you need 50,000 views first. That's 50 views for every 1 subscriber you get. So the number one driver isn't fancy editing or equipment, it's views, and a lot of views. And today I'm gonna be giving you boring strategies that are not sexy, they're not exciting, but they work. And these are the exact methods I've used to grow a 1.5 million subscriber channel, and the exact methods that I've helped hundreds of other people use to grow their channels as well. And they're getting results in weeks, not years. So if you appreciate me making this type of content, let me know by gently tapping that like button. And let's jump into it right now. Okay, so the first and most important thing that you must do to get views and therefore get subscribers on YouTube is to give the market or give the YouTube audience exactly what they want. When you have a new YouTube channel, you should not be telling the YouTube audience what they want. You should not be making videos about something that you're passionate about or making videos about something you're interested about. You are not a market maker, right? When you have a big YouTube channel, you're essentially a market maker where you can talk about stuff and that actually influences the market. You've gotten to the point where you've escaped the atmosphere. The laws of gravity no longer apply to you. And now you're in outer space and you can do whatever you want. But unfortunately for the rest of us mere mortals, when we have a small YouTube channel, that doesn't apply to us. If you try to become a market maker, it's gonna be like trying to divert a river into the middle of the desert so that you can build a town in the middle of the desert just so that they can go to your restaurant that you just opened. That's a terrible idea, right? What you should do instead is open a restaurant in an area where there's a lot of demand for whatever food you're doing. Let's just say it's a pizza place, for instance. There's a lot of demand for pizza, but there's not a lot of competition. There's not a lot of supply. That is what you need to do. Now, you might be thinking, Shane, my niche is different. In my niche, we can talk about stuff directly. Or maybe you're thinking, oh, Shane, my niche is too niche, right? You're not able to do that. There's not a lot of demand for the topic that I'm talking about. And in 99% of cases, you're wrong. So let me just give you an example, right? And let's just say you're selling billionaires massive properties that are $100 million. How are you gonna reach them? Are you gonna make content like how to buy real estate as a billionaire? No. Because there's only a maximum of 5,000 people in the entire world that could watch your content, and chances are they're not going to see it because they have better things to do, no offense. So here's a much smarter way to reach your target demographic. You can be like Ryan Serhant, who basically does these tours of massive mansions, penthouses, and other properties. Some of these are $188 million, $280 million, $13 million, $18 million, $250 million, etc. And 99% of people that watch your content, or probably 99.99999%, are not going to be able to afford these properties, and that's okay. All you need is the 0.0001% that watch your content, the 1 in 1,000 or 1 in a million that watch your content that can afford the properties to see it, and then they're aware of you, they're aware of the property, they're interested in it, and they might book a call with you, and they might end up buying your stuff. Or let's say you're like Arvin Haddad. He has the same demographic of these billionaires or people that are worth a ton of money and they're buying these insanely expensive properties. And what Arvin does is he actually reviews these types of videos. So he basically does reaction videos to people like Ryan Serhant who are trying to sell these properties.
My name is Arvin Haddad. I'm the how to buy a mansion guy.
And then what he offers is essentially consulting for those super rich people to buy the properties. So this is an extreme example, right? There's only like maybe 5,000 billionaires in the entire world or something like that. So this is an unbelievably extreme example. And you see how people are actually going where the demand is. They're giving the viewers what they want in order to give them what they need, right? So this is kind of like when you're trying to give your dog an antibiotic if it's sick, right? Do you try to feed the dog the antibiotic? No, of course you don't. You put it inside a piece of meat and then the dog swallows the meat and the antibiotics inside. That's what you do. Give the viewers what they want in order to give them what they need. And so in this particular case, what Arvin Haddad did is he looked at the YouTube landscape of real estate content. He saw that certain types of real estate content was doing way better than any other type of content, which were these sort of salesy review videos of different properties. And then he decided to make reaction content to those sales review videos where he talks about about the pros and cons of each property. Absolutely brilliant. He didn't try to make the market. He just saw what the market already wanted and he gave what they wanted to them. And this is what you need to do as well. And by the way, if you want more help on how to do this, you're in luck because we have a completely free live Zoom call workshop this Tuesday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right, guys, in the editing process right now, and I just wanted to mention that if you're struggling to grow on YouTube, you're having trouble getting views, subscribers, making money, or even picking a niche, I'm gonna be hosting a free one-time live workshop that goes over exactly how to help with that, how to get money quickly with YouTube. So make sure to mark that down, and also make sure to click the link in the description and the pinned comment below so you don't miss out. And if you attend live, you'll also have a chance to be the one person I pick for a real-time channel audit once we move into the interactive portion of the workshop. And if you feel unsure about what niche to choose, or you're worried that your niche might be too broad or it's not profitable enough, then this workshop is for you, because I'll be giving away the Niche Validator Pro 2.0 completely free. This is the latest and most optimized version of my GPT-powered niche validation tool, and it helps you instantly test and uncover profitable YouTube niches before you waste time creating content that doesn't bring in leads, sales, or money. It's smarter, faster, and trained on even more data from real profitable channels, and I'll be giving it away completely free, but only at this live workshop. And just a heads up, this might be one of the last times I give this tool away for free because I'm planning on making it into a actual software. So if you've been on the fence, this is definitely a good time to pick it up. Now, during the workshop, there's a full presentation on how to grow on YouTube, followed by a Q&A where you can ask me questions directly on Zoom. And people do ask a lot of questions, the majority of the time about niche, and many people walk away with niche clarity during the session itself. And the same strategies I teach are the ones that help clients like Nicole, who went from 85 subscribers to $85,000 in a single month, Seth, who went from years without a viral video to immediately getting 300,000 views right after starting working with us, or Davis, who scaled from 100K a month and was able to remove himself from recording. And even people who aren't clients, like Isaiah, were able to make $20,000 only using the free content and live workshop strategies. So make sure you show up, click the link in the description or the pinned comment to register, and add it to your calendar so you don't miss the chance to grab the Niche Validator AI. And if you miss the date, that's okay. Check the link still to see when the next workshop is happening, or to sign up to a list that will tell you when the next one does. So see you Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now back to the video. All right, this brings me to point number 2, which is you need to find the right video ideas. So we've established that you do not want to be a market maker when you first start on YouTube. You want to simply go where the market already exists and give them what they want in order to give them what they need. But how do you actually do that, right? I'm guessing you're probably thinking, oh, just copy big channels. Absolutely not. The worst thing you can do is try to be a market maker and just make random videos on random topics when nobody knows who you are. The second worst thing you can do is go and copy big channels. That's like trying to open up a new restaurant around a bunch of incredibly good established restaurants that have a massive clientele base. Basically, people that go to the restaurant on a daily or weekly basis. You are very likely going to lose money for 3 to 5 years before you're even profitable. And that is not a good idea. Again, the smartest thing to do would be to find a place where there's lots of demand and very little supply. A place where everybody wants a pizza shop, but there's no pizza shop. And so what do you do in order to find that when it comes to YouTube video ideas? You find videos that did very well, at least 100,000 views from a small channel, and they were either mediocre or preferably bad. That's it. That is what you do. That is the most effective way of finding the right video ideas. Now, there's more to it than that, of course, which we will be going over in the training this Tuesday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Click the link in the description and the pinned comment below. But let me give you an example of what my brother did. So my brother was 50 years old. He came to me. He'd been working in the trades for 30 years, and basically it was getting really hard on his body, and he wanted to figure out how he could make money online, make money in an alternative way where he didn't have to use his body. And of course, I told him YouTube. He was very surprised because he's not tech savvy, never made a YouTube video in his life, barely even made videos besides recording with his phone, wasn't even on social media or that into social media, and barely even watched that much YouTube. He's more of a TV person. But he trusted in me, he trusted in my system, and his very first video he posted blew up in less than a month. 1 month after posting this very first video, highest paying trades jobs that no one's talking about, 2025, he was making making $214 in a single day. And how did we find this video for him that blew up his channel? Well, we found this video right here from Adam Zwingler, highest paying trades jobs no one's talking about. Now, the video itself wasn't bad. I'd say it's relatively mediocre.
Listing out the highest paying trades jobs on the market.
But it was from a small channel. He had about 44,000 subs at the time, and it got 1.7 million views. And so basically what we did is we only copied the idea from the video, which is very important. Don't just copy the whole video. That's a terrible idea. But we copied the idea from the video, made a totally different thumbnail, made a slightly different title, and made a completely different video. And it absolutely blew up. So I cannot state or emphasize how important this is to find the right ideas. If you nail the idea, everything else can be mediocre, sometimes even bad, and your video can still take off. If you have a bad idea, it doesn't matter what you do with everything else. It doesn't matter how good your thumbnail is, your editing is, literally everything else, your script writing, the ideas in your video. It doesn't matter how good all of that is, chances are it's not gonna do well. The idea is almost everything. So make sure you absolutely nail the idea. And then the third thing is you need to post consistently. And wait, before you click off the video because I'm saying post consistently, let me explain this. When I say post consistently, I don't mean you post videos consistently that take a long time to make. Because you might be thinking, well, Shane, I can't post consistently. I can't post 1 to 3 times a week, which is what I recommend, 1 to 3 times a week, because each video takes me 5 to 10 hours and I'm busy, right? I don't have an extra 15 to 30 hours a week to post. Well, my brother, for instance, took less than 2 hours to make that video that popped off on his channel. 2 total hours. So if you're taking way too long to make videos, it's because you're not using the right systems and processes. And again, this is something that I'm gonna teach you how to do this Tuesday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in the completely free live Zoom workshop. Click in the description in the pinned comment below. Please stop banging your head against the wall, spending way too much time on stuff that doesn't matter and not spending enough time on the stuff that actually does matter. So it's unbelievably important that you post and post consistently. And let me show you an example of a client here that did this. So the Unretired with RJ, this channel is still a work in progress. So basically RJ was a very busy guy, but he did part of our training. He got the icon method down and he got some of the basics down, but I'm gonna be honest with you, like his videos were actually pretty bad. Like the thumbnails were pretty bad. The videos themselves weren't that great either, but he got the basics down. And within 2 months of starting his channel, he made nearly $30,000 in a single month from his channel, right? So 6 months ago was his first video. His video that really popped off was about 4 months ago. So this was in about 2 months of starting his channel. And he had a nearly $30,000 month. And this is despite the fact that, to be completely honest with you, he was not doing a very good job making the videos well. And yet he still was able to pop off on his channel because he did the basics and he posted consistently. That's the thing that matters, right? Posting consistently. Because if you do everything right, you have a higher probability of one of your videos taking off, but it is not a guarantee. So even if your video is the perfect, best video ever made in the entire world, there's still a small percentage chance that if you're posting from a brand new channel that it's gonna do well. That's just the rules, right? Life is a numbers game and you must post and you must post consistently in order to have a video that takes off. And once you have one video take off, your channel is pretty much gonna be set. So like I said, if you're not sure how to post consistently, it comes down to you not understanding the system. How to actually focus on the things that matter, pretty much ignore all the things that don't matter, and systematize the entire process so it happens very quickly and easily. And you can get it down easily to less than 4 hours a week if you're doing it correctly. At this point, my brother is definitely spending less than 4 hours a week on his channel. Usually it's less than 2 or 3 hours a week. And again, I will go over exactly how to do that in the live training this Tuesday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So click the link in the description and the pinned comment below. And here's an example of one of the clients that we worked with and we helped them absolutely blow up their channel. You can check it out by clicking right here.